compassion, I believe, requires action. That to truly have compassion on someone, you have to do something to assist them. You can have pity on someone and not do anything, just simply feel some emotional concern for them. But to have compassion on someone, you need to do something to ease their suffering. You know, I think some of the visuals of just some of the things that I've seen, you know, being at a garbage dump where people made their living practically fighting over the garbage that is coming out of garbage trucks being put in the dump, and that this is the reality of the world that they live in just for survival. As you can see behind me here, there are people living in these conditions, walking through, finding the trash, and every 100 pounds, I think they, you know, can get $7, $8. Those that have no way to provide for themselves, they have nowhere to live, they actually come here, and as the trucks dump out the garbage, they just search through the garbage for anything that may be of value, whether it be food for themselves, whether it be things to sell that they can take out and find some way to make a living. I had to say what impacted me the most. I think it would have to be just yesterday. I believe it was maybe the third day that we were here. And I went out to the home of a family who lived in what I would consider possibly the worst conditions for a home that I've ever seen. And this is an area that has hundreds and hundreds of kids that are living in immense poverty. They actually call this neighborhood Linda Vista. In fact, this is the largest shanty town in all of Central America. And they said it's just an immense kind of breeding ground for drugs and crime because of the poverty. You know, a lot of people are tempted to join gangs and do all kinds of things. And as you're about to find out, compassion is going right in the middle of circumstances like this in this shanty town and pulling some of these kids out, giving them hope. We're standing here with the Santos family, and they just were kind enough to share with them a little bit about their story. Their mother actually died, and so their grandmother's been taking care of them. And Compassion has been able to come in and help this family. And I asked the grandmother, I said, what are some of the things that they're learning there? And she was mentioning that they're able to be educated and that they would become God-fearing individuals and that they become professionals in their community. A whole family's lives that maybe with a tragic death would have been on a completely different course with no hope. But because of Compassion's intervention and people choosing to partner with Compassion to sponsor these kids, we're seeing their hopes go on a totally different course.
My name is Johnny Campa, and I am a Compassion sponsored child. I started in Compassion when I was 6 years old, and now I am the pastor of the same church when I was a sponsored child. If you don't have a child sponsor, I encourage you find one and change his life or her life like somebody changed my life in this way. God bless you.
You know, every single person doesn't need to bear the weight of, you know, children's poverty all around the world on their shoulders. All they need to do is find a way to say, you know what, I might not be able to help every single kid on the face of the earth get a meal, but I can change the entire world for one kid.